Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are black again. Oh, I did it again. You are black again. I did it again. Dang it. Oh, the Freudian slip. You are black again.
It's not like it washes off, homie. It's not like it washes off.
Does it come off? All this blackness, all this melanin, all this melanin.
It ain't no knowledge house over here. It don't come off in the wash.
I know, that's right. Black don't run, y'all. Black don't run. I gotta start.
I wonder if she look in the bathtub and like she just looked down and see all the brown circling the drain. Like in her tub, that brown ring around the tub ain't dirt.
Yeah. Hey, look, that's what happens. That's what happens if you vote for Trump. All the black go start coming off. You start voting for Trump. All the black just gonna run. Like, oh,
if Trump wins the presidency, I just hope he give me enough time to lead the country first.
Yeah. Well, look, I think he's gonna have a very robust immigration policy and a de-immigration policy. It's interesting. I've been watching the debates, and the last GOP debate was very interesting. Trump's arrogance is so interesting, how he carries and how he wields it, and how he pulls it out when he wants to. But essentially, he's got some interesting ideas. I think some of them need to be vetted and need to be worked out with a little bit more detail. But
I mean, we need to work some of that out with a psychologist.
Yeah.
So that don't make sense for nobody.
Yeah, you can't make statements like, "Yeah, Dad gave me a little loan of $1 million." Like, dude, do you realize what you just said? You said a little and $1 million. See, but then again, it's all perspective.
And that's like how many years ago? So you're talking about what, maybe 30, 40 years ago? So what's that the equivalent of right now? And I don't remember the time value money equation the way I used to back in business school, but I'm pretty sure that's like giving somebody tens of millions of dollars right now.
No, it's
just going to float you.
It's probably not that big. I mean, it's significant. I mean, I would say maybe it's 1.4.
No, $1 million 30 years ago.
Was it 30 years ago? It was that long? I didn't realize it was 30 years. I thought it was more like 15, 20.
No.
Uh-oh.
No. It's probably close. It's probably closer to 40 because Trump is in his 60s.
Is he in his 60s? Wow, he's in his 50s. I think he's in his 50s.
Let's Google it. How old is that?
Oh, yes. Let's to the Google. Come on, Robin. The city needs our help. To the Google.
Let's find out how old old Trumpy is.
You do that, and I'm going to do the formal intro. I just realized I slipped off the slippery slope.
Skip the formalities?
I skipped the formalities later because this is going to be the fastest episode ever. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, geeks and geekettes, tribbles across the galaxy. What's up, y'all? This is Big Baba Rob, your ever effervescent host, coming to you live from the Black Geeks podcast, hanging with you. I don't know what's today. Today's the 1st of November. Welcome to November, folks. We're only 2 months away from the end of 2015. Can you even begin to contemplate that? That's just fascinating.
This year has done a Usain Bolt. It just up and ran away.
Oh yeah.
This year has just flown by so fast.
I know. I'm with you because there's so much stuff I'm looking at getting accomplished. I'm looking at my end of year projects. I'm like, wow, it's incredible. Oh, and by the way, the guy over there, that's the Potbelly Samurai. He's hanging with us tonight as well. What's going on?
That would be me. You can call me his bald-headed magnificence tonight.
There you go. Your bald-headed magnificence. There you go. I like that one. Make sure you need to change your little screen thing down at the bottom. Your bald-headed magnificence. We're gonna have a quick and dirty podcast for you guys tonight. We're only gonna cover a couple things. We're gonna get on with the get on. Various members of the Geeks are tied up, wrapped up, and just hiding out tonight. So we're gonna do what we're gonna do.
What some of those lazy schlubs are.
Yeah,
but we know what Geconius is.
Yes,
is actually still making it up to the real Sith Lord in the family for his indiscretions a few weeks ago.
Is his Sith debauchery.
so he's officially the biatch in the house right now.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness, be careful. You know how he likes to lurk. What's going on? I want to say what's happening to everybody who's hanging with us in the chat. There's Duke CT hanging with us. Hey, What's going on, man? Thanks for hanging with us. We're going to do a little bit of a podcast here. We're not going to do news tonight. Actually, one of the topics I wanted to bring to the show tonight was a little bit of news. But before we get started, did you happen to find the age of the Donald?
69.
No. Because
no one wants to 69 with the Donalds.
Oh, my God.
Come on, let's face it. His wife doesn't even like. She wants 69 with the poor bastard.
There's nothing I can say to that. Typically, I have a witty comeback, but I just, the imagery is really just hurting. I'm like, fortunately, I have this imagination filter. So when anything that's just totally wrong, that's going to mess with my psyche, thank God I have this filter, and it's not a McAfee filter. I mean, this thing is just like, shoot, it's like, I want to think about that. Nope. I want to think about that. Nope. I'm sorry. I can't even.
Donald is 69.
Wow.
June
Go figure.
14th, 1946. So, realistically speaking, if his quote-unquote dad hooked him up with a small loan of $1 million at age, say, 25, that would have been 44 years ago.
Wow.
So, matter of fact, anybody listening, can somebody do the time valuation on that? Like, what is that $1 million 44 years ago equal to right now? My guess is somewhere in the $30-40 million range. That's my personal guess. But if anybody knows, holla at us.
I'm doing it right now. I'm trying to see where it's in.
You know what the sad thing is? When I was in business school, I knew that equation by heart.
Okay, so the answer, you're crapping me. What? Look, I'm trying to keep it clean for the kiddies. I mean, you've already taken it down the road, but you know me.
We're going down the relevant road.
So, so according to, shocking, $1 million in, let's say, I just put in 1970 as a ballpark. $1 million in 1970 is worth $6,228,435.01 today.
6 million.
6.22 million.
6.22 million. So
Dang.
Would it be fair to just round that off to 10 million?
No, we can round it to 7.
Okay, we'll round it to 7.
I'll round it to 7. I'll let you round it to 7.
We'll round it to 7.
Wow.
So that means Mr. Trump was actually born into the top 1% of 1%.
Pretty much.
So all of the advantages that come with being in the top 1% of 1%. So there's nothing really self-made about that. Not because I can't get a $7 million loan from anybody. I'd be lucky to be able to borrow lunch money.
I mean, let's see. Man, whatever. I'm gonna stick my neck out for you. However much a Happy Meal costs, I got you covered. And you can even keep the toy.
Yeah, that's really as good as it's gonna get on this side of town. And actually, I make decent money. I think you and I make around the same.
It just may be. So who knows?
So yeah. If anybody wants to know what white privilege looks like, Google Donald Trump.
It really is interesting when you think about the majority of the people. I think all of the people pretty much who are running for Congress make over $500,000 or worth over $500,000. And just think about that for a second. And we're needing them to identify with the average people. You know what? I'm not even going down this road because let's
get to some geeky stuff.
Oh man, after the last debate, boy, that was really
that's enough for the political commentary for this.
Yeah.
Evening.
All right. I'm gonna step away. I'll save that for a Periscope or something. So this is what I want to bring to the table for today. It was really cool. I was scanning the news like I normally do, and everybody knows Daryl from The Walking Dead, whose real name is Norman Reedus. Is it Reedus or Reedus? Reedus, 2 E's. I should pronounce it the way it's spelled, Reedus. So as the popular samurai knows, I'm frequently cited on the highways and byways of our.
Hold on a second.
What?
So Face just joined the call, and he all out of breath. So he was either like running, or he was in the harem and forgot that we had a show, and had to pull up his pants and run downstairs real quick.
Combination.
Hold on. Give him a second. Hold on.
Get that man some oxygen.
Combination of both. I'm not as young as I used to be. That's what I just figured out just now. Oh, okay. I'm good. Carry on.
Yo,
I catch my breath.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. The out of breath King Face. Dude, put an oxygen mask on. I'm gonna go through this first article. And
you're a poster child for quit smoking and working out all at the same time.
You one of those people you see riding down the street, riding a bike and smoking a cigarette. That's the craziest crap. I don't understand why people ride bikes and smoke cigarettes. That's just the craziest thing in the world to me. I mean, yes, you can, but why would you? You need your lungs to bicycle. You sit there, roll up.
Pretty much, Face. Like put the Twinkies down, bro. Run around the block a few times. Get your stamina up. I'm sure the women in the harem will appreciate it.
So I'm gonna read this one piece, let him pull himself together, and then we'll roll on around. So Norman Reedus, it's been reported that AMC is going to have a motorcycle series with him called Ride, and it's going to follow him, and they're going to have different, I guess, celebrities or just they say different riding companions. So I'm assuming it's just going to be other celebs, kind of like what I guess I should move my phone away from the mic. I guess we'll do the same thing, kind of like what Jerry Seinfeld did. But it sounds like it's going to be pretty cool because what they're going to do is rolling around the different cities and checking out the motorcycle culture in the different areas, the different places that they go riding in. So I would definitely watch that. I mean, I'm not. It's weird because I mean I've been a rider for over 10 years. I've probably logged somewhere around 85,000 miles. On my bike or my various bikes that I've had over the time, and I'm an avid rider. I ride year round, just about. I'll be riding to work tomorrow. Usually as long as it's not below freezing, I'm riding. So I thought that was pretty cool. He is an avid motorcyclist himself. Everyone knows, you've seen him ride various motorcycles on The Walking Dead. I was actually really gigged. Here's my geek for the week. So I was reading this article, and the article had attached to it a photo. And I was staring at the bike, and I looked at the cylinder heads on it, and I was like, wait a minute, that's a Honda. And I was like looking at it, and I was looking at the engine. Then I saw the rear wheel. I was like, son of a gun, that's a Honda CB750, because I happen to own a Honda CB750. His is the one they have for the show is a 91. As a 92, I have a 91. Those things are just freaking tanks. So the engine frame, the rear wheel assembly, I think the tank appears to all be CB750, and I think they put a Yamaha R6 front forks on it and front handlebars. And then obviously they put the all-terrain tires. So it's just my little moment of geek, like, wow, I have something in common. But great. That bike, I'm going to tell you, serious up, the Honda CB750 is such a freaking tank of a bike. I have found that bike laying on the ground twice, coming out of work, and somebody hit it and knocked it over. And I picked that bike up and it started. Just right. And so I'm a big fan of Hondas. But yeah, so that was my geek for the week. I thought that was pretty darn cool. So check out the series. I don't know when. I don't think the article. So let me scan the article real quick. It doesn't say when it's going to drop, but I'm sure you'll hear about it. And obviously you can, just Google him.
I wonder if that means he's going to get killed off soon if he's getting another show.
Not necessarily. He can probably do both shows. I mean, it shouldn't be that much for him. Do both shows.
Question: things that make you go.
What WWGS? What would Geekonius say? Here, let me spoil this. No. He's gonna die. I'm sorry.
This has actually been an interesting television week. I'm trying to start. Sorry about that, since I have technical difficulties.
Yeah, a little bit of background noise. That's all. It's all right. Welcome back. This has been an interesting week. It was an interesting week. Anybody watch The Walking Dead today? It was all about the Morgan today. It was all about Morgan. He went back and told a whole backstory. Kind of wondering how he got to where he was. It was interesting because I was watching it. It reminded me of something I had seen on Walking Dead before. I couldn't quite place it, but I was like,
Well,
very
you know, they
interesting.
did Morgan's story before. I mean, they did episodes with Morgan, and they kind of flushed on it way back in, what was it, the second season, and obviously part of the first season is the first person you met, and so I don't know if that was what it was. So they kind of went into more detail tonight, but yeah.
Yeah, it went into that detail that I'm sure a lot of people were wondering, what brought Morgan to this place? Because I mean, we obviously saw way back when that he was having a lot of issues with the death of his son, when Rick caught back up with him. So it was really interesting to see, how he came to be where he came to be. And Geekonis and I were both live tweeting it tonight, and it was interesting because I felt there were so many moral lessons to learn from The Walking Dead tonight. I felt weird getting moral lessons from The Walking Dead. Really, it was cool.
Technically speaking, there's a lot of moral lessons, a lot of life lessons in these books. It ain't always pretty how they portray these lessons, but the lessons is there. Keep your hand to yourself, or you might get your hand chopped off. That's a moral lesson. I mean, it's a lesson. Real. Keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, don't beat your spouse.
Don't beat your smile, so you might get fed to a zombie. I mean, it's just simple as that.
Yeah, exactly. Don't touch the goat.
Yeah.
Look at the flowers. Yeah. Thou shalt not kill us. Thou shalt not touch thy sister. Oh my goodness. Yeah, a whole lot of moral lessons that came
I
out.
don't know. I'll wait to pass judgment on the shows, to be honest.
Completely understood. Um, Kingface, I'm gonna come back to you. I wanted to see if you wanted to do a review of Scouts versus Zombies. Let me catch the Potbelly Samurai first and see if he had anything he wanted to present for the round table this evening, since we're all in Jotunheim.
I've been slowly trying to catch up on some things in the middle of schoolwork and intensive writing.
Mm.
Checking out a couple of things. I've caught up on Guardians of the Galaxy, the cartoon,
Mm.
the animated joint. I've also caught up on Star Wars Rebels. Star Wars Rebels is off to a fantastic start. I actually like loving this right now. One of the shows that I've just caught up on and I'm starting to get a little iffy on is Sleepy Hollow. This season of Sleepy Hollow is off to an interesting start and not necessarily in a good way. Like I feel like it might have peaked last season and it's heading towards jump the shark territory.
I saw something about that earlier. I don't know if it was in a tweet or an article, but it was saying how the ratings lost out. There was something that it was up against, and it was something really awkward, and the ratings were quite under what the other show was. So yeah, I've heard that Sleepy Hollow is struggling. It lost me a long time ago. I must admit, I definitely gave it the Geek Soul Brother 4 episodes. But it just, after a while, I don't know why, I just didn't. Only thing I liked about it was Nikki Bahari. I don't know what it was about her. I just like the.
Having another Nia Long moment.
I can never have another Leah Long moment. I'd be cheating. I gotta stay loyal to Nia. No, no, no. I mean, even though the breakup was very hard, and especially since she didn't know about it, but it's okay. But no, 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 definitely not. Just respecting the sister. She was definitely holding it down on the show.
And
So,
Hope Bahari's acting is just kind of okay. Like
mhm.
she's not a great actress.
Well, I mean I guess I need to see her in a different role. I really haven't. I can't sit here and say what else I've seen
Based
her.
on like physical appearance, she definitely gets two thumbs up. But acting wise,
Mhm. Yeah, I had to see her in some other stuff because I don't know if it's just the writing for this particular show. So,
and that's the thing. Like I think the story has started to. I, I don't know. I think they've taken the story as far as they're gonna take it, like really without it starting to like really get watered down. And like I think we're at that watered down point where they're kind of like grasping to kind of keep the storyline going.
Right. Did you are you caught up on Gotham yet?
I think I'm one behind on Gotham.
Okay, got you. I'm gonna tell you, I'm actually the last episode was really really exciting for me. It was just some things that I was kind of surprised to see happen, very surprised to see, but the nuggets at the end were just like I was like, wow. There's just so much that can happen. I know one thing that we saw in the last episode. This is not spoilers, but I think everyone who's seen the advertisements knows that Firefly shows up in this last couple episodes. So Firefly shows up. I think the way that they brought Firefly to the table, I thought was pretty good, but what they did near the end of the episode really gave a little bit of hint of the depth that they're going to go into with the whole, with the villains, with the characters. I just really saw more coming out of it. So Gotham is looking good. I know that I've said it before, but in the most recent episode, Jim Gordon sounded like he did a Batman voice, like he did that rough, that Christian Bale. I mean, he's just something all rough and grumble, and I'm like, doggone it. I keep saying it's like they're gonna try to make Jim Gordon.
It's just the way I talk because I got a rock stuck in my throat. But anyway.
So yeah, I was like, wow, that's the first. That was very Batman-esque Jim Gordon. So I thought that was.
Where are you guys on shows like the Flash? And okay, Flash and Supergirl. Now that the first episode of Supergirl has officially aired, mind you, we had those pre-screenings that we saw the first episode over the summer. But now that it's officially aired, and it's we can put it out there. Just get your thoughts.
As far as Flash, I think I'm catching up. I've seen the most recent episodes where the old Flash from the other dimension, help me, Jay Garrett. So I've seen the 2 episodes with Jay Garrett in them, and how he's trying to help him, and that he's agreed to stay and help. So that's where I am in Flash. So I may be an episode behind, maybe.
You're one behind.
Yeah,
I am.
Firestorm.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
I am. I've been watching the Flash, and I like the Flash. Don't get me wrong. And when they did I didn't know they were going to jump right in. At the end of last season when they had the helmet fly out. And they was like, what the hell is that? And first I said, that means it's time for me to go. And most people who read comics knew that was the Jay Garrett Flash helmet. And so when they introduced him in this one, I was like, oh, they went all the way in there, because I wasn't sure, based off the end of last season, where they were going to go. Beginning of this season, I think because I liked a lot how the last Flash season ended, the beginning of this season, I'm not really hyped up right now, but I can see it going somewhere, so I'll hold off. DC look like they're doing that DC thing, and I don't like it. The multiple versions of the same. I'm not a fan of that. So I hope they don't play this game. But so we'll just wait and see with everything. I'm not really overly impressed with it yet, but I don't hate it. I just need to see where they're going, because right now I like the way last season ended, but I don't think they came with it in the beginning of these seasons. Everybody else, people like it, and I don't hate it. And I'm not saying, oh my God, these are the worst episodes I've ever seen. I'm just not a fan of the story right now. I like the character, I like what they're doing and everything. I'm just not a fan of what the heck they got going on. So I'm gonna hold up for a second. Like Jay Garrick piece,
yeah,
how they brought him in.
All
right. I wasn't like, ooh, it's him. I didn't do all of that. It was just like last year when they brought Grodd in, I jumped out of my chair. Like, oh, I haven't done that. So we'll see, man. Last season started out and it's slow, and it started out because it had to do its premise, and that's what most of these shows like the same with Supergirl. I'm gonna give it a few shows because I think all these shows started out outside of Daredevil. All these shows started out kind of slow to build a premise and then go from there. And Flash did it, Arrow did it, and it looks like Supergirl did it. I thought the first show was whatever. They introduced a few names.
Had the worst pilot episode out of all of those shows.
I don't know.
We're gonna keep it 100. Like,
I don't know. I mean, but see, here's the thing.
Even with Arrow, because I actually gave Arrow a bad review initially and had to go back and write a retraction on that. But
that's because the show overall took off
lower than Arrow started.
But see, here's the thing with Supergirl start. They didn't do much of an origin, so they didn't have to play that game. She was already Supergirl. She just didn't do anything. And they introduced nuggets. You for real had to read Superman comics, which Superman is lame. So, and just by extension, if Superman is lame, only makes sense that his cousin is lame too. And so they have she has a lot of hurdles to jump because Superman's story is whack. I've always said this. It's the flagship character, and it's the character that most people identify with, and I understand that Superman as a character is garbage. And it is because of the things that they're trying to do. I do not trip about how he's strong and can do all these things. That doesn't bother me because even Marvel, they have characters I feel stronger than him. That's never a problem. The problem is, one, I hate the concept of kryptonite. I think it's the wackest, stupidest, weakest superhero comic vulnerability in all of comicdom. It's the dumbest one.
Eliminated in the last Superman movie, though.
They did, but then they talk about bringing it back. I mean, the way they used it, if that's what it would have been, where it just kind of weakens him a little bit, but to have him do fainting spells all of a sudden, that's stupid. He's knocking down buildings. Here's a tiny piece of kryptonite. That's dumb.
It's a green rock. Help me.
That's dumb. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. Kryptonite is stupid. It's whack. It's why Superman will always be a whack ass character to me. And they're trying to do his cousin, and the pilot episode didn't trip me out. They had a couple of nuggets. So, for example, the Hank Henshaw thing. There's another one. I'm surprised I don't see Twitter all up in the buzz with that. With the, oh my God, I can't believe you put a black guy in that one. Because technically speaking, Hank Henshaw is supposed to be a white guy. But then again, his whole backstory is wrong. But whatever, we'll see how they do it because he's not a military man. He's a scientist and he has a family and he becomes a bad guy out of stupidity. But so that means the way they have him, you're probably going to see Cyborg. Ooh, did I say that?
Oh,
whatever.
Did you just say that?
Well, if you haven't read comic books, that's your problem. You'll probably see Cyborg Superman at some point. I don't know how they're going to do it, how they're going to freak it, but that's the whole Hank Henshaw thing. So if you actually read comics and you saw the name, now you're just curious of how they're going to pull that off. Yeah. So there was that nugget, and the superhero breakout that was made up, obviously, to give a story to tell. So it's basically the exact same storyline as Flash. Superpowered villains run them up. You got to get them all back together. Same thing. So I think when you put all that together, it showed a little bit of not enough thought process behind their stories. Because it literally is the exact same storyline as Flash. I mean, obviously you're gonna have bad guys and whatever, but this is the absolute exact story as Flash. Bad guys, gotta round them up. Let's do this. And so,
isn't that also? Well, I'm gonna say technically speaking, Green Arrow is somewhat similar, except he's not rounding them up.
It's similar, but he's not rounding up a bunch of people who escaped from prison. He had a list of people that was in a book, and he was going after them for whatever reason. He didn't know why. And now he's just a crime fighter that just picks up cases as they come along. So he's not actually looking for people for someone else and put them back into a jail that they escaped, or bad guys who need to be contained like that. I mean, every superhero at some point goes after bad guys, so you're going to have that. But when you look at something like a Daredevil or like the Arrow, you know, Daredevil was just, he had an agenda. I need to kill Fisk. That was it. It was simple and plain. And in Arrow, I need to clean up this city from any and everyone, not a bunch of people in mass. The whole jailbreak thing, I mean, with Flash, obviously it was, this thing have a bunch of superpower people out in town. We need to stop them when we find them. And in Superheroes is the same exact thing. A bunch of superpower beings broke out from the Jinx. We need to stop them when we find them. Same deal. And so, but outside of that, I thought it was a decent pilot given what the subject matter is. When you're dealing with a whack-ass character, there's only so much you can do. And so, yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna give it a few shows before I crap on it altogether. Like I said, I just think Superman character is weak, and because this is just a female version of him, it's, what do you want to do?
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but I definitely will going to check it out this week. I probably won't watch it tonight or tomorrow because of Monday Night Football. But yeah, I'm definitely planning on checking it out and seeing where they're going with it, because having watched, I watched several seasons of Smallville, so I don't, and I've watched the trailers for this, and I don't see how they're going to make the story strong enough to last more than a season. So
now, see, the first 2 seasons of Smallville, I thought they was all right.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty good.
I thought they were actually. It just got crazy after the 3rd season on.
It took too long for them to get it moving. Like, it's the comic books, Superboy and Superman, he was flying from he was 12. Like, he didn't fly until flies himself until literally the last episode.
But see, at the same time, there was nothing about Smallville that was comic book related. Not a damn thing. So
that's true.
Not a Mickey flicking thing, other than the fact that he's from Smallville and there's a person named Monolane, and that's as far as it goes. It's just,
yeah.
Because look at how they did the Martian Manhunter. I mean, come on, that was crazy. Booster Gold and the Blue Beetle. I didn't even know that was supposed to be the Blue Beetle until the show damn near ended. I was like, wait, it looked like just a robot with a block. It looked like, what it looked like? Looked like one of the what is it? The Doctor Who, the New Men. It looked like one of those.
The who? The Cybermen?
Cybermen. It looked like one of those. That's what I thought. I thought, they're doing a Doctor Who thing. Oh wait, this is Superboy. This is Smallville. Why are the Cybermen in Smallville? That's supposed to be Blue Beetle. What the hell? I just couldn't do it. I can't do it. All the things when they did. I mean, every character that they brought in was kind of lame. I gave them props for bringing. The one thing that I'd give props for Smallville, the one thing is that they didn't just stick to so-called major characters. They brought in a lot of those unknown characters that the comic books should write more about, like Stargirl. They kind of brought her in. I don't think 90% of the people who even look at comics even know who Stargirl is. And I just thought that was great that they brought her in. I like the predecessor. I like the concept of the predecessor, and I understand what they're trying to do with Stargirl. So either one of them got brought in, whether it was Starman or Stargirl. The concept was cool, and so that was kind of hot that they did that. They did a little bit of the Hawkman, Hawkgirl thing. That was lame, but I gave them points for attempts. I mean,
well, let me ask you this, and I'm gonna jump off topic and go to something else real quick. But they got the new Heroes joint, Heroes Reborn. Did anybody watch the original Heroes? I know I didn't, but now that I've been watching Heroes Reborn, at some point I'm probably gonna sit down to Netflix and just watch the original.
I never got into Heroes.
I loved it. I loved it.
Was it good?
I'm getting into Heroes Reborn, and now that I'm getting into Heroes Reborn, I'm kind of like, damn, now I got to go back and watch Heroes.
Yes, Heroes.
Well, if I get into Heroes, I have to start it from scratch. I can't jump in. I can't. It's like with 24. You can't just jump in on season 4. You got to go to the beginning. You just have to.
Yeah, there's a lot. Now, I've watched a little bit of the Heroes Reborn, and there's a lot of reference to what happened in Heroes on and off. They've still kind of made it its own standalone storyline. But I'm going to tell you, the first Heroes was pretty good because, one thing that I really like is there's a certain bit of character development. And so you become a little bit connected to some of these people because you understand how they came about. Because basically, a lot of the characters you end up meeting are just learning and developing their powers and understanding them. So with Claire or anybody in the show, Dr. Suresh. I mean, what the turns and twists they took with Suresh were incredible. But I thoroughly loved it. I was riveted to it because it really did take it from it's almost like a Mutant X project where you started getting these mutated genes and you start having these superpowers. And you don't know how to control them, and you try to explore the depths of them, and then you seek out and start finding people that are like you. Some are good, some are bad. And the development of Silas, oh my God, from beginning to end, it was really good. The Petrellis, yeah, I highly recommend it. I love the first season of Heroes.
Did any of y'all ever watch the Tomorrow People?
I did watch the Tomorrow People.
It's basically the same thing. I thought that was whack, and that's why I just had to.
When it went off the air, I just wasn't surprised. I was like,
that was whack. I'm
sorry. As long as it did.
It did too.
Tomorrow People, that was a remake. The original Tomorrow People was a British show, I found out. That came out, I want to say it was like the 70s or something like that.
The concept was whack, so maybe I'll look at the original, see if it was any better. I don't know. But it reminded me, I thought it was something similar to Heroes. Well, the concept was similar to Heroes, obviously not exactly the same, so. Yeah, I never actually watched Heroes, so it was just something that was said.
There was another show that popped up recently. I try to remember the name of it. That was a very Heroes concept, and it had a black lead character to it. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but they were like a crime. They were part of like a special government crime fighting group, and they each had these different powers. And it was actually really good. And just the name is escaping me right now. I hope it come back to me. But before I go too far, I do want to recognize some of the folks that are hanging out in the chat. I mentioned Deucey T was hanging out, and also Bison chimed in. He reminded us that American Violent was Nikki Bahari's debut. Deucey T was saying that he likes the Earth 1, Earth 2 concept with Flash, and he also mentioned that Flash is made by the same Supergirl is made by the same people who made the Flash, so it is what it is. So we'll definitely see what's going on from that. Yeah. Potbelly, anything else? Or you clear? I can move on to Kingface, see what he's got.
You can absolutely move on to his Royal Highness.
Cool. Well, Your Excellency, what do you have today? Do you have anything special for the roundtable, or you pretty much got it all out?
No.
You got a rant in there somewhere.
I have 1,000 rants right now, but I'm not gonna say that. It's been a crazy 2 weeks, but I wanna talk about. We went and saw the Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, and I've seen throughout this week. I've seen a couple people see some special screens. I don't know if it made it to the movie theaters just yet. It should be coming out soon, like within a week or two. Probably even this week. But here's the thing. We did a Periscope, and I gave so for anybody who's ever watched, I have my own rating system. We all probably use it or whatever, but I basically do the stars. We do the stars based on like grades, A, B, C, D, and F. If I was to give something anything under 3 stars, that means you got a D, and you need to step your game up. And more often than not, if it's under 3 stars, it's not movie. I always say those aren't movie worthy, meaning it ain't worth going and paying your money. Right? I gave Scout's Guide a 3. Okay, I gave it a 3 solely because I think that if you're gonna watch a movie like that, it'd be best served if you watch it in the movie theater with other people. You just chill with the experience. It was a good enough movie. Now, here's the thing: when I rate these movies, I see people rating them and they're saying, oh, it has a lot of laughs, but it's not a scary movie. Okay, stop right there.
That kind of movie ain't really meant to be scary.
It ain't meant to be. You got to understand what that movie doesn't even take itself seriously. It's not like something, say, like The Village. That was crap. And you were led to believe you were about to see something, and it really wasn't that. Or any other scary movie that's come out within the last 20 damn years that was actually trying to scare you and didn't do it. Like Insidious 3. That was supposed to be a shock your heart to sleep joint like the first one, and it was not. But this wasn't meant to be scary. It was meant to be funny, and it had a lot of different types of comedy in it. And I don't see how anybody could say you didn't laugh. And if you were upset with the types of laugh, what the hell ever? It was a zombie movie, and they kind of did stuff that you didn't see in other zombie movies, and it was funny. I like, if you're upset because the kind of humor, it was a little bit vulgar. It's rated R, stupid. So obviously, come on, man. It's just, don't fall into that. That's why I say when you read reviews for anybody who doesn't do it, and I hope the majority of people who watch us and who have sense, when you read the reviews, keep in mind that these people, most of them want to see an Oscar performance every time they go to the theater, and that's dumb. I want to just be entertained. I was freaking entertained, and so was everybody else in the movie theater was entertained. Everybody. When we went, there was at least 100 people in the theater. They all were laughing. It was loud. We were all dying. Like people was turning around. Oh, did you see that? I was like, yeah, that was dumb. It was good. It was fun. It was a fun movie. It wasn't the greatest movie I've ever seen, but damn it, it was funny. And I laughed. There was some crude jokes, but it was timed right. It's like watching Nerds back in the day. Some of that it was funny back then. If you watch it now, it probably won't be so funny, but back then it's funny.
Nerds is still funny.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of crude humor, but I think that kind of stuff has its place. It's one thing if it was thrown in there and it just didn't fit in whatever kind of movie you're doing. This wasn't that point. So to take that into context, I don't know what everyone else is going to rate this. I'm saying, listen, if a movie is crap, I'll tell you. I have no problem telling you. Even if it's a movie that I thought was going to be good. I gave it the rating I gave because I think it was worth the price of admission. If you're going to see it in 3D, which it shouldn't be, or IMAX, the movie has to be great for me to even co-sign on anything like that. So that's always going to be the case. But this was at least good enough to go during the day or whatever to see with your peoples. And I think movies like this, you have to understand it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's like when we went to see Pixels. I knew what I was getting myself into. Adam Sandler, Pac-Man eating up Manhattan. Come on, man. I knew what I was walking into. So I wasn't expecting to see this great movie, but it was kind of funny. It was funny. Laugh. What the hell? Like, well, the kind of shut up. Shut up. Go see the movie. That's what I'm saying. Go see the movie. It's good. It was good. It's good enough that I co-sign on it. Like I said, it was funny. It's a zombie movie, so you're going to have zombie stuff as far as the obvious. Someone F's up something, and oh my God, it spreads, and now you got a bunch of dead people, and it was crazy. And you can't say no one was safe. No sex was safe. No male, female, women, child. Everyone was game, and everybody got caught slipping. And so it was fun. And so just enjoy it. Anybody tripping about that, you just being stupid now. That's just real. You just being dumb. So go see the movie. It was actually pretty good.
There you go. Go and see it. Now, is it when you say go see it, like you should just if there's like pay full price for this, go see it in the theater?
Yeah, it's worth it. Look, I think it'll be better if you see it in the theater personally.
Okay. See, that's the thing. There's some movies.
That's why I gave it the 3. I was originally going to say 2.8, which is still kind of good to me. But then I was like, give it the 3. Go see it.
There you go.
In the theater. It's good to see it in the theater. I'm not out. I know what you're saying, folks. Well, brother, you saw it for free, so of course you're going to say that. Listen.
I wasn't saying that, but okay.
Don't be a hater. Okay, just let it happen. Let it be free. You can't do what I do. But if I could pay for it, I would now. So that's all you need to know.
You've already sampled it.
Yeah, I would now.
That first
and that's why I do these things. That's why I do it, because I do it for y'all.
Do it for the people.
Do it for the people.
So, the great beneficent ruler.
Yeah. What would I be if I didn't do it for the folks? So I'm saying to you that it's worth the price of admission.
That Kardashian sex tape too. Like,
who said what?
Man.
Who said what?
I think you said that the same thing.
Oh, I most certainly the hell didn't. I said that was the wackiest sex tape of all time, but I just would watch it.
I think that you did it for the people, though.
Oh, I did do it for the people. Of course, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I would never just sit there and watch that sex tape. But because I was thinking, you know what, somebody might ask me about it, and they'd be wrong if I couldn't give them my point of view. Because my point of views are special. And so I'm like, okay, well, I guess I got to sit here and watch this big booty woman. I wouldn't have did it otherwise. I'm not that kind of man. I did it for y'all.
He don't even take himself seriously.
Always say no. He's taking himself very seriously. He's thinking back how whack it was.
Trying to hold back the laughter.
No, he just remember how whack it was.
No, he's struggling to hold back the laughter.
It's the tears. That's tears. He's crying because it's for the people.
And I watched the whole thing because I need to make sure my point of view was accurate. Because there's nothing worse than somebody talking
like
crap
real
about
clear
something.
right now. I did not inhale.
Listen, ain't nothing worse than somebody talking crap about something that they didn't watch. That's just stupid. And I'm not stupid. So I'm just going to say I watched the whole thing. So if you ask me about it, I can tell you.
You happen to be referring to a fellow geek of ours is commenting on movies that that person ain't seen.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm just asking. That's all.
So, yeah, I did it for the people, man.
You did it for the people.
Yeah.
That's cool. We always doing it for the people.
I'll probably do it again later this week. I'm sure after they seen this show, somebody gonna be like, "Hey, what about that?" I'm gonna be like, "Oh."
You gonna make sure you have your Vaseline when you see it later?
No, hey! I don't even think they have a rating for that.
It wasn't one
rating for that.
It wasn't one of those. It's not really that thorough.
Oh heavens! Yeah. We got to put this in the we're gonna have to put this episode behind the curtain. Man, it's so far off the rails. Just real quick, coming from the YouTube chat, and you too, loyal viewer during the week at work. Yeah, you can also jump on Sunday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can also join us in the chat so we can read your chats and interact with you, like Bison for Life here. And also we did have St. Clinton join us as well. Just saying that he was trying to get Face to stop trying to justify the crappy movie, and I'm not talking about the tape. But he was also saying that one of our dear brothers, Geek Soul Brother, totally destroyed Scouts vs. Zombies in a Facebook post. So I'm going to have to go back and take a look at that and see what he said about it. I don't plan to see the movie personally. I am thoroughly ready for this week for Spectre. I am that is the movie. I know the Spectre is to me that the Force Unleashed. No, what's it called? Force Awakens. See, I can't even remember. That is to Geekonius. He is so geeked about this movie. But Spectre, that's my movie. Although I'm still holding fast that my current movie of the year. So I'm gonna wait and see. James Bond's just my joint. So this is gonna be a really, really great movie. Maybe one of the last ones with Daniel Craig in it too, because he seems to be getting a little sour on it. So definitely looking forward to it. So yeah.
What if it's the last one ever?
That won't happen. No, the Bond franchise makes way too much cash money. That is not going to happen.
I wonder why Daniel Craig is getting sour on playing Bond, because it's a great role. He's done very good with it.
He's done exceptionally well. I mean, and done better, because like what they tried to do with when Pierce was playing it, Pierce Bronson, he started the trend of making the Bond character seem a little bit more vulnerable. Daniel Craig took it to a completely different level. And granted, some of that's him, and some is that they wrote the character with with flaws, and where some of the previous ones didn't have quite the depth of the flaws that Daniel Craig's character did. So he's done incredibly well of making Bond seem more human than anyone really had an opportunity to do. He's done a great job with it, but it could just be that he's just tired of doing the character. Some people just do it for a long enough time. They're like, yeah, I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to expand and do other content. That he doesn't get typecast either, which I don't think that's going to be a problem for him.
Yeah, no, I don't think he would get typecast from off the Bond movies. But I think it's been a great vehicle for him. I think the first movie I saw Daniel Craig in was this little joint called Layer Cake. And I was like, wow, this is kind of ill. And it's been a fan ever since.
Bond was actually the first movie I seen of him, and then I saw older ones after the fact. But it was the first time I actually, or at least first movie I seen that I noticed him. So
yeah. I'm gonna send this. Bison for Life made another comment directed at King Face. I'm not gonna read that comment, but I just posted it to you internally on the comment section. But I'm not gonna read that. Anybody who's following along can check it out. But yeah, that's sorry to leave people out of the joke, but there's some things I'll read on air. There's some things I'm not. That's just one of them. But thanks, Bison.
Well, that's my job to read that over the air.
Bison is the A.
Go into the comment here. It says.
Oh, come on now. You actually gonna read that? Don't read that. Don't read that. We're in enough trouble.
I think the people want to know.
I don't think the people want to know. If they knew, they could log on and stay with the show live.
I think the people want to know. I think the people want to know that Face is the kind of brother that comments on the stripper's hairstyle while ignoring the obvious attributes.
Well, if she got whack ass hair, I'm gonna comment on it. What I look like? Like you ain't never seen a naked woman before.
And on that note, here we go. We're yet again behind the curtain.
We're gonna boldly go.
Yo,
and if the hair is insanely crazy, it's probably worth the mention.
Yeah. Remember how we used to have the barbershop section? We used to the barbershop section. Now we got the behind the curtain section, behind the curtain section of the Black Geeks podcast. Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and roll out. We're gonna finish this show up. We said we were gonna keep it short and sweet tonight, and I think that we've been able to achieve that. So, thanks everyone. Thank you guys for jumping on and joining the show. Thanks to everybody for watching. Make sure you follow us on the Black Geeks, www.theblackgeeks.com. We're on Tumblr at The Black Geeks. We're on Facebook at The Black Geeks. We're just really all over the place. So make sure you like us, but definitely follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Okay. Bison asked a quick question about gaming news. So I'm gonna say this real quick. So I am way ahead of the curve this year. I'll comment on that too, Bison. Way ahead of the curve this year. I've already pre-purchased Just Cause 3 and Fallout 4. So I get my keys once they release. So definitely looking forward to it. Fallout 4 is about to drop next week, 11/11. And then Just Cause drops, I think, somewhere like the 3rd or 5th of December. But I'll talk about that as it gets closer. Halo 5, it looks amazing. I don't have Xbox, but I went over and spent some time with Econius on the Death Star yesterday to kind of just check it out. It's incredibly smooth. He played on the Xbox. He played multiplayer. Weapons seem very well balanced. Movements very well balanced. I'll be telling you, I don't know how y'all play with controllers. I really, really don't. I don't know how you play first person. I don't know. I mean, I've done it. I've tried to play first person shooters.
How do you play first person shooters?
Yo, I mean, a lot of people play them with consoles. They play them with controllers, but they're highly inaccurate. And like, if you ever, I don't know how.
How do you play video games with a keyboard and mouse?
Yeah, keyboard mouse.
How do you do that?
Dude, I've been keyboard and mouse for 20 years.
I could keyboard and mouse, but I'd rather do a controller. Are you crazy?
But you know what? I was watching him play yesterday, and maybe it's just that he's not. That's not. I don't know. I don't want to say it's not his strong suit because he was doing well, but like there were so many easy shots that he just missed. And if you had a mouse, you wouldn't miss. I mean, because you don't go past your target.
Because you used to riding with training wheels. I got you. All right, go ahead. Carry on.
Yeah, I was just watching him play, and I'm like, man, I just can't. The movement makes a lot of sense, and the driving makes a whole lot of sense to do with the controller. But man, just keyboard and mouse. But watch Halo 5. The gameplay is really fast. The weapons seem fairly well balanced. The teams seem very well balanced. Melee seemed like it was pretty straightforward.
They said they don't have split screen on this one.
He said that there's no split screen on this one. We were talking about it yesterday. He said no split screen
Cool.
On this one.
That's that's basically one player, so that's.
Yeah, you have to. I get. Yeah, he said no split.
That was what made the last one fun because it was split screen. You could play multiple players, and y'all both can go ahead and do your thing. But in each screen, obviously, each person saw what they saw.
Right.
It was done well enough to where you can both enjoy it. And
yeah,
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, he said that you can connect with other people. You play online.
You can, but that's what.
But if you're playing right there together, no. He said that there's no split screen option for this. But that's what he said. But so far, he said he's liking it. It's very smooth. I was kind of surprised that the graphics were not what I would expected. Very shiny, very glossy. I expected something a little bit different, especially because it was kind of like battle. It's kind of a Battlefield, so I was expecting more of a Call of Duty type.
They're an alien. It's an alien world, so
yeah, it's very bright and shiny armor and whatnot. So, but the weapons seem. I mentioned the weapons seem balanced, but I was saying the vehicle weapons also seem balanced. Lots of different loadout options as well, depending on your particular style of gameplay. And then
I'm gonna be honest with you. At this point in the game. At this point in Halo's franchise, my favorite part about that game is the story.
Yeah, he played a bit of the story, and the story was...
The gameplay is fun and everything, but my favorite part has been the story for the last, 3.
Yeah.
So
definitely, Bison mentioned gaming news. Definitely tune in. I will be doing I don't know if Geekonis is getting I'm sorry. I know he says he's going to get it, and he said he's going to finish Fallout 4. So we're going to definitely be doing some Fallout 4 intensive. I'll probably be doing some broadcasting when I start to play it on the 11th and 12th. So definitely check us out. Follow Black Geese feed. I'm on Twitch at Big Baba Rob. You can follow there. Follow me on Twitter because I post everything through Twitter and then it comes out. So definitely check it out. I'm not gonna bother to mention that other thing. And there's one more game coming out. Black Ops 3 is coming out, and it's a lot of hype about it. But it's interesting. It reminds me a lot of Titanfall. It reminds me a lot of Titanfall. So. I'm probably not going to touch it because I think I'm going to focus on I'll focus on Fallout, and then I'm going to focus on Just Cause, and so I'll wait later on and get that I'll get that later when it drops on sale. I'm not going to spend any money on Black Ops 3. All right, that's it. We're going to wrap this show because Kingface is in a sweater, and he's probably going to come out of it any minute now. So, ladies and gentlemen,
what y'all trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything. I just know how this typically goes. So I'm ready to end the show before it's too late. So
the ladies love a little bit of nipples.
On that note,
God
bless, and good night.